Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another Madden 22 Ultimate Team video, and today we are going to be ranking the 10 rookie premier players in the game. We're going to be going from 10 to 1. I'm going to be ranking which guys I think you guys should be adding to your teams, which ones you're going to be choosing going into Madden 22. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm also going to be taking into account some of the other free players you're going to be getting and have those players, and I'm going to take those into account on positional needs, on what you guys are going to be needing for positions, so that is also going to affect this list, so take that into account as well. But before we get into the rest of the video, guys, make sure you guys drop a like down below and subscribe with notifications on if you guys have been enjoying the vids and you do not want to miss any coming out in the future. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. Starting off at number 10, I'm going to be going with Christian Barmore. Obviously he's a solid defensive tackle, and it's good to get some defensive tackle help at the beginning of the game because there's not a lot of them, but I just don't feel like he's very good. I mean, he's got solid strength and tackling, okay block shed, can't pass rush, doesn't have speed really. I'm just not a fan of this Barmore card, especially with how good some of the other rookie premier cards are. I don't think Barmore is worth getting for you guys. Just gonna be brutally honest. I have obviously Patriots fans. You can take him. Gonna be great for the theme team, all that kind of stuff. But I'm just not feeling Barmore, man. He doesn't look very good compared to some of the other guys you can get on this list. And at number 9, I am gonna be going with Trevor Lawrence. Now, I would have Trevor Lawrence higher because this card is a very, very solid quarterback card. He's very well balanced, and I love that throw power. But the reason I have him so low is because most people are gonna be getting their hands on either Mahomes or Brady day one. So I feel like this Trevor Lawrence just isn't worth taking, especially if you have that Mahomes or Brady. And even if you don't have the 87 or 88 Mahomes or Brady, if you play the EA Play challenges, right? Let's say you pre-ordered the game. Even if you just pre-order the game, you get the power up, you get some training, you power up that Mahomes to an 87. I think he's probably already better than this Trevor Lawrence card, and I just don't think it's worth it, especially unless, like I said, you're a Jaguars fan. Take Trevor Lawrence, or you want to buy him off the auction block, but I wouldn't select him as one of your rookie premier guys when doing your exchanges when you go back into Madden 22. I just wouldn't take Trevor Lawrence, man, especially, like I said, with you having Mahomes and Brady already at the beginning of the year. Don't take T-Law. At number 8, there's quite the theme that I always have in my videos with quarterbacks and halfbacks being pretty dang low on my ranking list, just because I say this every time. You're gonna want to use as many different halfbacks, as many different quarterbacks as you can, just because it's more fun. You want to change up who you're using. You want to use different guys because that's the fun of Madden, using different combinations of squads and playing guys online. That is the fun of Madden Ultimate Team, in my opinion. At least in my opinion, right? So I would rather not stick myself in a situation where I'm stuck with Najee Harris Nat. Now, like I said, if you want to buy Najee Harris off the auction block and test him out, use him, and you really like him, keep him at halfback, that's fine. But if I would not recommend getting Najee Harris as your Nat rookie premier guy, just because, especially the fact that he's a halfback, you only really use one halfback, and even if you use a number 2 halfback, you're rarely using Y, Luck, and 86 Najee Harrison, when you can just buy the one off the auction block, save up some coins to buy him, and then maybe use your other one on some guys higher in this list. I don't know. I just feel like running back, it's such a replaceable position, and such a position that you're going to want to change it up so much. Why lock yourself into a halfback that you will only be using probably for the first couple weeks of the game? Especially the fact that Najee Harris, he's solid. He's not the special though. Really, really good speed. But his break tackle's okay. He's got really solid catching. He's a good halfback, man. He's going to be one of the better halfbacks day one. I just don't think locking yourself in a halfback is the best idea. But obviously, my opinion, you guys just listening to my objective opinion here. At number 7, I'm going to be going with Micah Parsons. Now, I would have Micah Parsons a lot higher. He has really good speed, and he's going to be a good user day one. But first of all, we don't know if linebackers are going to be good users this year. First of all, because in the past 2 years, they have not been able to jump. So, linebacker users have not been good. And second of all, that zone coverage is horrid. You cannot leave this guy as a CPU-controlled linebacker just because he will not be able to hold the zone in the middle. So we'll see his pass rushing stats, and if they're like solid, he might move up my list. But right now, he's only a good user, and we don't know how good users are gonna be in 22. So we'll have to see. But if linebacker users are good, they're able to jump and they're moving around well, Micah Parsons is definitely a solid option. That zone coverage just scares me, man. It scares me a lot. And at number 6, this is the most mid-tier pick you can possibly have. The most, maybe, I wouldn't say safe, but like just the most average pick. Taking the O-line, taking Elijah Vera Tucker. Nothing wrong with this card. A really, really solid O-lineman. Very, very strong. Really good balanced blocking stats. Got 83 pass block and 83 run block. Solid awareness with an 84. He's a really, really solid O-lineman and definitely a solid guard option at the beginning of the game if you're looking to get a O-lineman out of this. But I'm not looking to get an O-lineman out of these Rookie Premier cards just because of how good some of these top tier guys are. I'll just stick to taking O-line out of those loyalty packs or something like that. But if you take Vera Tucker, I won't blame you for it. He's a really good O-lineman just to kind of lock down that spot, and he's a guy you could use for a couple weeks, maybe even a month into the game. Now, it pains me to put him this low, but at number 5, we're going to be going with J.C. Horn. That is how stacked these Rookie Premiers are. J.C. Horn is coming in at number 5. He's got the same speed as Tyreek Hill, non-powered up. He's got insane athletic ability, great jumping, great agility. Now, his coverages do hold him back a little, but they are fine. They're not terrible. You can be content with them. They are perfectly fine. They'll be able to hold up a little bit. Like I said, J.C. Horn, maybe not your number 1 corner. Maybe you want to pick up a guy like Jalen Ramsey who's going to be nuts in coverage. But J.C. Horn is going to be your guy who's going to really going to be your like Tyreek stopper. He's going to be that guy who's really just going to try and hold him up with that speed and that athletic ability, that agility. And J.C. Horn is a very, very solid corner because of that. Now, at number 4, I am going to be going with Jalen Phillips. Jalen Phillips. This card is just scary good because of that speed off the edge. Now, I'd have to imagine he's going to be an outside linebacker card, so power move isn't going to be a super important set. Obviously, you're going to need it, but finesse move is way more important. He's got solid enough finesse move, but that speed and that block shed are really what's going to get him around that edge and help him get to the quarterback. And also, if linebackers are good again this year, this guy's a good user. And we know he's going to be a good pass rusher, so that's why I would say he's better than Micah Parsons. But if Micah Parsons is the same level pass rusher as Jalen Phillips, I'd say he moves up very similar to this spot. I think that pass rush ability is really what elevates Jalen Phillips to this top 4 range. Coming in at number 3, I am going to go with Trevon Merrick. Obviously, 2nd round pick to the Oakland Raiders, or the Las Vegas Raiders, I should say, in the 2nd round. And this card is just very, very good. Like I said, we don't really know how hit power is going to affect cards this year. I haven't played the beta yet, and I can't play the beta. So I don't know how that affects it and whatnot. If you guys do know, you can tell me in the comments. But he's got 90 speed at safety this early in the game is nuts. That is really, really good. Although he doesn't have the best tackling, he's got really balanced coverages, so he will be able to play in the nickel if you really need him to. And you can also bring him down in the box and use that speed as a user, because we know safeties can jump, so he will be a tremendous box user, or just a pure safety user if you want to use him like that. But he will also be great over the top just because he'll be able to hold up with his zone, and the speed will definitely elevate him and make him play better than what his coverages say. So I think Trevon Merrick is a great option, a great guy. You could just throw back at safety, leave him there for a couple weeks, and he will lock down your secondary for a while until we get better cards than him, of course. But really, really, really good card right here, and definitely deserving of the top 3 spot. Now, this may come as a surprise to some people, but I'm going to be putting Jamar Chase at number 2. Jamar Chase, he has the highest speed in the game at 91. Really, really good jumping as well. A receiver, so it's a depth position, which I love. You can stack up receivers as much as you want. You could be your 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can keep him for a while, right? So it doesn't really matter if you keep him that, but Jamar Chase, the thing that really holds him back for me is that route running, right? He is very similar to Tyreek. He just does not have that after the catch ability that Tyreek has, and he doesn't have the deep route running that Tyreek has. He is very similar to everything else, except he's a little bit better speed-wise. So I really like Jamar Chase. I think him and Tyreek Hill are on a very similar level when it comes to receiver talent. I think that extra speed on Jamar Chase equals out to the extra deep route run on Tyreek Hill, and I think they're very, very similar cards, and I think they'll play very similarly. I just think both their route running and their catching just kind of holds them back, and that's why I have Jamar Chase at number 2. And I think you guys can guess who I'm going to have at number 1. And coming in at number 1, I'm going to be going with, some people think, already a top 5 tight end in the NFL, Kyle Pitts, man. Kyle Pitts is just unbelievable. 88 speed at tight end at the beginning of the game. He has 1 less speed than Tyreek Hill, and he's, what, 6'3", 6'4", 6'5"? That 85 spec catch is unbelievable. Although Kyle Pitts isn't a super big tight end like a Travis Kelce or a George Kittle, so he's not going to be as physical as those guys, so his strength and run block aren't really there. So I think you could have him as your like primary receiving tight end. You could pick up like a Darren Waller, or you could pick up a Hunter Henry and have them as your like blocking guys. And he's got solid enough route running, really solid catching, but that speed at tight end is just crazy, man. Thinking that linebackers are going to have to keep up with Kyle Pitts is unbelievable. Even if you bring up guys like Micah Parsons who have equal speed to him, the fact that he has such low zone coverage means he can't keep up with them, and he's not going to be able to guard his zone very well. Kyle Pitts will just run all around him, and Kyle Pitts, just 88 speed at tight end, is so dangerous this early in the game that I think it is a no-doubter you have to take Kyle Pitts with at least one of your rookie premier players. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much gonna be the video. I just wanted to go over my ranking of these rookie premier players and who I suggest you guys take. Now, like I said, this list is objective, it's my opinion. You guys are allowed to think differently. You can have guys higher, lower. I don't really care that much. It's all up to you guys what you think, but this is what I think, and this is what I'm gonna most likely be doing when I get my guys, because I believe I will be able to get 2 of them. So I'm most likely gonna go with Kyle Pitts and Jamar Chase, but I'm leaning towards taking like a JC Horn, Jalen Phillips guy, maybe a Trevon Merrick, but I know Kyle Pitts is definitely going to be one of my options just because of how crazy that speed is. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to drop a like down below and subscribe with noties on. But yeah, I'll see you boys in the next one. Peace out.